hold on.
My niece Ashlee, who very much posted her videos on social media with some accusations about our family. My family was a little surprised.
Well, there was a lot going on the internet.
Tamar announced that she would be interviewing our niece Ashlee on Tamar's podcast. I didn't think it was a good idea.
I am getting Ashlee. You're not going to make me feel bad about that. I wanted her to come to a safe place to tell her.
Tamar Braxton finally opened her mouth about what's really been going on, and she did not come to play. This is the kind of behind-the-scenes truth that networks hide because it's too raw, too real, and way too messy for primetime. She sat in that interview and basically said everything people have whispered for years. Tamar made it clear that these reality shows are edited like a movie. They pick and choose what fits the storyline, and the Braxtons you think you know, that's only the surface. She said the real story has been kept in the dark, and this is where things get wild. Tamar straight up called out her own family and said her sisters have been acting sick and dishonest on TV. Imagine watching your own people put on a whole performance for the cameras while the real drama is simmering backstage.
Blamed for something that I didn't do.
So who gave the man my address?
It's called an attorney.
Oh, he can't find my address in that letter. That house not even under my name. Because I know y'all give about me. I'm not expecting y'all to really give about me. But what I am asking about is my child.
Tamar said she's done with that. And if nobody wants to face the actual problems, then they shouldn't be on TV at all. That's a heavy statement. And then she zoomed in on Towanda because that situation has been heating up for a minute. Tamar brought up the cease and desist drama, and yes, you heard that right. She said the paperwork was real, the tension was real, and the whole thing has been sitting there like a storm ready to break. A cease and desist between sisters sounds unreal, but Tamar said it all started over some clip that never even made it to TV. Whatever was in that footage must have been intense because that's what pushed everything into legal territory. And this is where things get heavy, so brace yourself because Tamar didn't sugarcoat a thing. She brought up her niece Ashlee, her brother's daughter, and talked about how Ashlee's sister tragically passed away.
And so when my house got robbed, that was really hard for me. And people that's close to me knew that. And I have gone to great lengths and spent an obscene amount of money keeping my home and keeping myself safe because it's just Logan and myself.
Yeah.
And when that was violated, that was like, wow, so y'all giving out my address now? Well, y'all know. Because I know everybody was like, well, she lived with her mother, and everybody thought I was having financial issues. No, that wasn't the case. I just didn't feel safe anywhere.
Yeah.
You know? And it was like, I didn't want to leave from my mother's house because if everybody has a good relationship with their parents, your home or your family's home is a safe place.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it took me a long time to actually buy a house here that I actually lived in. Like I have 3 that's just sitting here in the city because I just didn't feel safe enough to move into.
Yeah, so when they gave out that address, you just felt like they already knew what you was going through?
Yeah, man, because, not only did he send it to my house once, he sent it to my house 3 times. He sent it to my house. He had someone walk it up to my house. He sent it where they sent it through U.S. mail, and then they sent it through U.S. mail, and then they sent it through
and it said your name on it,
said
obviously.
my name, where I was, and sent it through UPS. And I'm like, I mean, are we being intentional here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was really upset about it. And unfortunately, at that table was the first time that I had seen
them like, I got a cease and desist, and nobody said anything.
Because it was never a factor of a cease and desist. It was a factor of who gave out my personal information.
Yeah.
My home.
About being blamed for something that I didn't do.
So who gave the man my address?
It's called an attorney.
Oh, he can't find my address in that letter. That house not even under my name. Because I know y'all give about me. I'm not expecting y'all to really give about me. But what I am asking about is my child.
Tamar said the family had private pain they never wanted to unpack publicly, and the mention of it stirred up old wounds fast. This was deep, personal history that the family always kept locked away, far from cameras and interviews. Tamar also touched on long-standing tension involving her brother's behavior and how those patterns created chaos for years. She made it clear that these weren't small disagreements. These were moments that shaped the whole family dynamic, and everybody tried to pretend it wasn't happening. Tamar felt like she had been carrying these truths alone while everyone else put on their perfect TV smiles. And when she finally tried to speak on it, her sisters turned cold on her. They were mad she dared to bring real-life issues into the spotlight, almost like protecting the family image mattered more than actually fixing anything. Tamar said that's been the story all along. The need to look polished, inspirational, successful, even when the foundation behind the scenes was cracking. She said there's been manipulation, hidden tension, and a whole lot of pretending everything's fine when it's not. And according to her, she's the only one who refuses to stay quiet anymore. That alone shook the whole situation. But hold up, Tamar wasn't done yet. She said once you talk about real issues, you also have to talk about safety. And that opened a whole new door in the conversation. Now let's get into why Tamar is heated right now, because this part hits deep. She went through a break-in at her home. Someone stepped into her private space and shattered her sense of safety. After something that traumatic, she packed up and moved in with her mother because she didn't feel safe being alone anymore. Think about that for a second. A grown, successful woman forced to leave her own home because the fear was that real. Tamar talked about it on the Morning Hustle show and explained she doesn't want strangers knowing her address, especially after having her space violated. And honestly, that makes perfect sense. She even invested serious money, we're talking real security, real protection, to make sure she and her son could feel safe again. A mother's first instinct is to protect her child, and Tamar was doing everything she could to keep things secure.
She was trying to break it up, so we're just gonna go with what she said. When she tried to separate us, I didn't feel like she tried to separate us. I felt like she tried to separate me. You get what I'm saying?
I can see why you think that.
Right, because she pushed me and turned and protected Tony.
She did.
Right? And gave you a superstar. You the number one R&B, right? So that's what I was feeling like.
But aren't y'all all superstars?
I mean, okay. Fine. I don't have to be, and I definitely don't have to be in my family dynamic. I'm okay with being the youngest sister of amazing siblings that I grew up with that are beautiful and talented and black.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't have to be a superstar in that situation. When I'm at work, you will give me my flowers. You will respect me. But when I'm in that situation with my family, we don't even have to bring up our occupation.
Right.
And the status of our life.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah,
right?
I don't think so.
But I just felt like I was pushed in the corner at that table. Like, I really came to discuss my niece, where's everybody head at in this, and who gave out my address. That was the objective for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to come, in a way that was combative or aggressive. I was really trying to have a real sensible conversation. Now, when people started pushing my back up against the wall and I had to come out fighting, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Do you feel, did this happen, this whole situation, the cease and desist, was that sent before Towanda's wedding?
All of that was before Towanda's
wedding.
And before the bridal shower that I was invited to, but I wasn't invited to.
Do you feel like you was uninvited because they felt like you were trying to put the family on blast with your niece, or?
I wasn't trying to put my family on blast with my niece. My niece put her experience on blast by herself.
Yeah.
And I signed up to support her. And I still am signed up to support her.
So what was Towanda's issue with you? Do you feel like that you were uninvited from the wedding? Because originally you were.
But I was uninvited from everything before the table.
Yeah.
So was I really invited to the wedding, or was that another part of being gaslit?
But here's where the betrayal hits like a punch. Tamar said someone in her own family shared her address. Just gave it out like it was no big deal, even though they knew she was scared and trying to rebuild her peace. They knew she had been putting money, effort, and emotion into keeping herself and her son protected. And still, somebody treated that information like it didn't matter. Imagine trusting your family with something that sensitive and having it thrown right back in your face. That's not just a privacy slip, that's a real safety issue. Tamar felt played, hurt, and exposed, especially because a mother's priority is protecting her child and making sure their environment stays secure. And here's another wild layer to this whole address situation. Tamar revealed that her property isn't even under her own name, and that's not some random choice. That's strategy. Celebrities do this to stay private because once your name is tied to a house, anyone can search it, pull up records, and suddenly people know exactly where you sleep. Keeping it off public records is a real shield, and Tamar set it up to stay protected. So when someone still gave out her address, that move broke every safety barrier she had put in place. It was reckless, it was risky, and Tamar has every reason to be furious about it. She spent time and money building a layer of protection, and with one careless decision, it was all wiped out. But as if that wasn't already enough drama, Tamar said she wasn't even invited to Towanda's wedding, her own sister's wedding. After everything they've lived through, the fights, the tension, the years of trying to stay united, Towanda made the choice to leave Tamar off the guest list. That's not just a decision, that's a message. So where does that leave the Braxton family now? Honestly, it's chaos. You've got sisters not speaking, you've got legal threats floating around, and you've got long-hidden family issues exploding into the open. And right in the center of it all is Tamar, saying she's done with pretending and done with keeping quiet just to maintain a perfect image. Tamar said she's done protecting people who won't lift a finger to protect her, and she's done pretending everything is calm when the truth is shaking behind the scenes. She's calling it exactly how she sees it. No filters, no soft spots, just raw honesty. This is the side of the Braxton world reality TV never shows. The real tension, the real emotion, the real chaos that makes the televised version look like a warm-up act. The real story is louder, darker, and way more complicated than anything scripted for the cameras. If you want more deep dives like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop your take in the comments. And as always, see you on the next one.